Okay, I'm listening to Jim Massa, who always starts his vids "Hello, friends," which is nice. And he hasn't posted a video in a month or so. And he just did a live stream on Sandy's environmental coffee house, where I did a live stream a couple years ago. He he's on her channel regularly. And Jim Massa has basically argued that it's too late, that the oceans are effectively killed off, and that is 50% of Earth's photosynthesis is from the oceans. So usually scientists rely on biomass of life and say, well, most of the biomass of life is on Earth. But what's more important is the rate of photosynthesis to sequester CO2, and that's from phytoplankton and algae being the main example of phytoplankton. And so he's reading an article about the increase of diseases from the melting of the polar melting. Ancient pathogens being released, the loss of traditional food sources because the ice is vanishing, the loss of the housing as the permafrost melts. But what they don't really talk about is the methane. There's a huge amount of methane that's in the subsea permafrost. It's pressurized. So So Jim Mass has been emphasizing that it's the ocean heat content that's the real serious problem. So there's 50 gigaton or zettajoules. I think it's 500 zettajoules of 500 zettajoules of extra heat in the ocean, because that's 90% of global warming heat. And so that's what's the main cause of the ice melting. It's not from the atmosphere. So their mainstream scientists are admitting that the Arctic ice is vanishing faster than they realized. And so as the storms increase, the ice loss increases. Storms drive out the ice. Yeah. So what else? So the Arctic is going to get more turbulent, and that will also melt the water faster, melt the ice faster. This is very spinning of the water in the Arctic Ocean. Okay. So the fresh water increases, and that messes up the circulation. That's what's shutting down AMOC from the ice melting. Jim always says nutrients, like in every video. He has to talk about ocean nutrients, which is, of course, the key factor in maintaining the life in the ocean. When the circulation gets messed up, then you mess up the loss of maintaining the life in the ocean. When the circulation gets messed up, then you mess up the loss of nutrients. So that's his argument that the oceans are pretty much already lost. The phytoplankton are already dying off from too much heat and change in salinity and too much acidity, the acidification of the oceans and the loss of the circulation.